Indaba zikamasipala waseNgqushwa niziphathelwa ngeminqono emihle licandelo lezoqhagamshelwano. Sekwamkela mphulaphuli we40 FM ndingungesi uKids sikuphathele indaba ezizodwa ngomasipala wakho. Kutshanje umasipala waseNgqushwa ubekhwebe indibano yezokhenketho emphekweni nalapho becatywa khona uqulunqo komqulu wesicwangciso sokhenketho. Elilinge lidibanise ndawonye abathabathi inxaxheba abaquka ingcali zokhenketho amagosa kamasipala ebekhokhelwe ngumlawuli kamasipala uThandekile Mnyimba oceba bebhunga bebekhokhelwe ngusodolophu umnikelo Siwisa inkokheli zemveli amasebe karhulumente wephondo nonondaba. Ethetha kule ndibano uhlalo weNgqushwa Local Tourism Organization uRami Xonxa uthe kufuneka umasipala agxininise ekusebenziseni amakhaya njengendawo zokuhlalisa abakhenkethi kuquka namagosa karhulumente.
The second model is the homestays at Bikol in Ndlambe, where we've got about 15 homestays. Where I said to Ngqushwa Municipality, look, as tourism, we have started a route here. So if we have started a route here, let there be accommodation for the tourists. And Ngqushwa trained about 15 homestays in Bikol. But further than that, was to approach now the mayor of Amatole. The then mayor was Sakumzi Somyo, to say to him, Mayor, out of your pocket, you cannot take money and give people in these rural homestays. And he said immediately to me, look, I'm going to have the mayoral challenge in 2010 will be done in your jurisdiction. Interestingly enough, they spent 3 days there, and each homestay for 3 days, got 2,050 rand, of which that is a lot of money in rural area.
Kwenye icala usozimbali unjingalwazi Julia Wells uthi umasipala kufuneka aqiniseke ukuba xa sele kuqaliwe ngalomba ukuphucula ukhenketho kufuneka uqinisekiswe ukuba oko akutshitshi.
One of the big challenges coming out of all of this is going to be how to ensure that if tourism really gets kick-started, how is it going to become sustainable? And I think for the people of Ngqushwa Municipality, you also have to be aware of the fact that your tourist industries and attractions are pretty much around the periphery of the municipality. A river on the east, a river on the west, the coast on the south, the mountains on the north, all lovely to have, but most of your people live in between. So how to integrate everybody into benefiting from that economy is what's going to take us to that kind of radical economic transformation that has been discussed. But in order to do that, I think that this exercise is really on track, because once the municipality comes up with a very clear, viable, well thought out plan that is owned and shared by all of the stakeholders, then they have the capacity to engage with the other spheres of government, as we've already heard from the province, even from national, to get the kinds of assets and the resources that they don't have on their own.
Umnumzana Stemba olilungu leMqwashini committee uxele abathunywa kule ndibano ukuba njengengxenye yokusekwa komqulu wezokhenketho kufuneka kuqinisekiswe ukuba igama elithi Mfengu lisitshulwa kunye neengcambu zalo nanjengoko lisisinyeliso.
In our committee, the word Mfengu has been seen as too much derogative, and we have since raised the matter that its connotation, as I indicated yesterday, has got a negative, very negative connotation. We have our chiefs here, the Amazizi chief here, from the Abambo people. We have our Bele chief here, from the Amapele. We have Amahlubi here, from the Amahlubi. We have Amachawa up from Omakinan. Those are the chiefs that are here. And when they hear now that Pedi is defined as Amamfengu, the word Mfengu it's a term, a Zulu term to say, we were landless. We are looking for a land. Then. But you cannot continue using that term, trying to define a group of people as being landless in their country.
Ingqali yezokhenketho ephuma kwelase-Athens unjingalwazi Theodoris Kokoris ithi ingqushwa kufuneka ibe nezinto ezalathayo njengezinomtsalane kubakhenkethi ze igxile kuzo unyaka nonyaka ngolo hlobo iphucula amathuba okuhanjelwa nodalo lwemisebenzi.
And just think, what is the strongest point of this municipality in any kind of terms? Cultural, scenery, ocean, whatever, and create a yearly event, being sports event, being a festival, being hiking, being cultural event, one event per year, and stay with this, invest on it, promote it. That will attract people, I mean tourists, primarily from the neighboring cities and places, and then international. Once this happens, it's definitely that more people will be attracted and therefore more jobs will be created.
Ukanti omele isebe lophuhliso loqoqosho okusingqongileyo nokhenketho eMpuma Koloni uZolayewu uthe belisebe bazakuncedisa ngokuqinisekisa ukuba zikho indlela eziya kwezindawo zinomtsalane kubakhenkethi kwangaxesha linye becebisa ukuba umasipala afakane imilomo neofisi enkulu-mbuso ekwakheni uqhogwano kunye nelizwe laseJamani esele linamaqhina ozakuzelwano nephondo.
Private investment can kick in this area, so we see it as more of a low-hanging fruit. You see that if we all put all our resources, it can sort of benefit from medium and long term for the people of this area. Of course, we do have an agency in the department called the St. Cape Tourism Parks and Association, which is highly responsible for the marketing and developing some other tourism products. They will continue working with the municipality in providing capacity building and also tap on the existing bilateral agreements that are existing, because I think there's an issue that has been talked very much here around the issue of the German connection in the South Africa. Already the province has got a bilateral relationship with one state, the Lower Saxon in German, which I think it's something that through the municipality can go through the Premier's office and see how best can they tap from that existing relationship that is existing between South Africa and the German.
Kanike enye ingqali yezokhenketho uPeter Miles yona ithe ingqushwa municipality kufuneka ijonge imeko yoqoqosho lwaselwandle nanjengoko ibalwa komasipala abanamanxweme kodwa esithi kungajongwa kushishino lwenqanawe koko ekusetyenzisweni kwemithombo efana namanzi olwandle.
When we talk about the ocean economy and the 6 focus areas identified in Operation Pakiswa, there was a lot of discussion initially around coastal and marine tourism, coastal and maritime tourism, what's the difference? Just to simplify that and to put it in perspective, if we're talking about maritime tourism, that's got more to do with ports and shipping and cruise liners. I don't think many cruise liners are going to come to Ngqushwa. We're very successful in sinking ships along our coastline. So that brings you back to marine tourism. And then marine tourism is both saltwater and freshwater. So rivers and dams and lakes is where you can have what we call water-based tourism. It's all the recreational activities that you can do on freshwater. Marine tourism that's coastal is tide-infested, it's saltwater.
Unjingalwazi Chris Adendorf obethetha ngekamvo lenkcubeko ukhenketho namagugu uthi okona kubalulekileyo kuko konke oku kukucetywa kwezinto oko kusenziwa ngokusoloka kuqhakanyishelwana noluntu njalo.
And moving forward, we'll have to make that passion and that hope that Ngqushwa can deliver and what our area offers from a global perspective, that we have to bring it into reality. Undoubtedly, we've got a fantastic region, but it's how do we, and I know the mayor makes jokes about it all the time, it's bringing the supply and demand together at the end of the day, because it's a business. our area is a business. How do we create wealth for our people, as mentioned earlier on? We need to make it filter all the way down to the grassroots at the end of the day. And in planning is important, but it's also the execution at the end of the day so that everyone can actually benefit.
Usaphulaphule indaba zikamasipala waseNgqushwa uziphathelwe licandelo lozoqhakamshelwano kulomasipala. Ukanti ephendula koko bekuthethwa umlawuli kamasipala uThandekile Mnyimba uthe zintathu izinto ekuphunywe nazo kule ndibano. Kuqulunqa umqulu wezokhenketho, kubekho imveliso ezolathayo zisiwe kwimalike ezifanele oko zinegama nomfanekiso oquka zona zonke zimele lo masipala.
What is critical is how do we respond to the question that we are asking as a municipality. And the question is, how do we create wealth through heritage and tourism? And now that wealth that we intend to create needs to be shared wealth. That's number one. Number two, you can't go to a market without a product. You go to a market with a quality product. Now, these 3 days, we're saying as a municipality, in terms of tourism, we need to develop products. Now, let's list all the products that we think we have in our municipal space. So it's about product development. Now, after we've identified those products, for an example here, there's an idea of developing a product called a cultural village that will depict how we lived in this area in a particular period. So how do we then develop a product? Number two, how do we then package the products that we have developed? Number three, how do we brand ourselves? Not only the products, but how do we brand ourselves as a municipality? Because when we go to the market, we'll be selling the brand. And the brand comes with those different products. How do we then market the brand? How do we sell the brand to the targeted audience that we intend to, or the target market? Who is our target market?
Equkumbela usodolophu umnikelo siwisa uthe belibhunga ziyabavuyisa izintshukumo nanjengoko bengafuni kuba ngumasipala oxhomekeke kwizibonelelo koko babe ngumasipala ozenzela ingeniso ngezokhenketho.
From our side, politically as the council, we were a bit excited about this initiative because we were trying to undo the fact that as rural as we are, we will be solely grant dependent. We're striving to untap the potential that we have in the area, that on ourselves we can be economically viable. So we don't want to stay under that tree, you see, and burden ourselves with the fact that we cannot do things for ourselves. We'll wait for the Messiah somewhere. In as much we appreciate also the commitments that is made by government in assisting us in terms of infrastructural development, because you need to develop infrastructure to those heritage sites, in particular the roads network, which becomes pivotal and critical. So the commitment that is given here by government makes us a little bit excited because for this to become a reality, there must be a route to those heritage sites.
Loke kusodolophu seNgqushwa Municipality umnikelo siwisa equkumbela indaba zethu ezizodwa zalomasipala nebeniziphathelwe ngeminqono emihle licandelo lezoqhakamshelwano eNgqushwa. Mna ndinguKeith Ngesi, masiphinde sidibane kwakhona kwixa elizayo.